Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to Let's Level Every Class, the World of Warcraft War Within series Legion Remix, featuring our Demon Hunter, or Divine Demon Hunter, Miyu. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Top right corner of the screen will be a playlist card which will take you directly to Miyu's specific leveling campaign, and throughout this video and all videos yet to come there'll be other playlist cards which take you directly to other characters and their respective leveling journeys.
Of course.
Shukran as always, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, continuing our journey in the Broken Isles and continuing tradition as tradition is, and getting to experience the storyline of Legion as best as we possibly can. Grandpa Drago bro over here. Grandpa Dragon bro. Oh, it's a mess. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of questing to take care of. Quite a bit of... I mean, look at this. Look at this world quests and all that. Alright, so off screen I do have to do some clear pointers here. So just in case anybody is just coming into Legion Remix as a campaign and whatnot, here's some pro tips. So originally I thought leveling was going to be a little bit more lengthy in comparison to previous characters that I have leveled within the Warcraft, or within War Within. Current retail, or excuse me, War Within, Ghost Karash, we're coming up on midnight, all that fun jazz. And what I did not realize or anticipate is that the way Legion Remix is currently working and designed is that the more we get to increase our legendary artifact weapons, the more EXP buff we're going to get. So I didn't realize this at first. And turns out doing stuff like the open world quests, hunting rares, doing the different storylines is actually going to give us even more of an EXP buff than I had originally anticipated. So correction to my statement. So just in case for anybody who's a novice like myself who's jumping into WoW, just be aware of that. Definitely be aware of that, because the EXP buff, from what I've seen and what I've gathered intel-wise, is insane. So with the Warband EXP increase in current modern Warcraft, it only caps to a percentage of 25%. That's with, I believe, what, 5 or 6 characters under the Warband that hit the current cap. Don't know if that's going to increase, considering Midnight is going to once again increase the level. The level cap is going to be gradually increased to 90. So I don't know if that's going to be a factor or whatnot, but I do hope if they do that, I mean, they're going to increase the Warband EXP buff. Not that 25% is bad, but I mean, if you're just gonna increase it, if you're gonna increase level cap, increase the EXP bonus. Please do take that into consideration. Please, Blizzard. But yeah, the more we get to level up, and in essence, level up these artifact weapons, these warglaives we got over here, the better and the faster we're going to be able to level. So I'm very much looking forward to that. We did get to take care of a dungeon. Legion dungeons are not particularly some of the ones I'm most fond of, and that's just because of, you know, I've done them before for sure. Oh, look at that dude. Man, look at that big guy over there. We're gonna go ahead and take him down.
It's too far away.
I do need to get more used to dungeons. I definitely need to get used to Legion's dungeons. Man, look at this guy. He's just suited up for battle. Look at that conch shell. Dude looks like a that's like a slow bro's shell. You know, the evolved form of Slowpoke. This dude looks menacing, man. It's crazy. The Drowned Gardens. You guys got some particular characters here. But yes, the more we get to, you get to collect the mementos, which just literally come. They just drop constantly. The more you get the chests, the chests for completing quests and such, and it appears that there's other items that are going to even help us out even further. So in other words, Legion Remix is insane in terms of, once we hit 80, we're probably going to be even more overpowered than a lot of my other characters, or a lot of the other gals we've leveled thus far in the Let's Level journey. So it's going to be interesting to see when I have to transition Miyu away from Legion Remix from her time walking campaign and bring her back into modern retail. There's got to be some key differences between a retail Demon Hunter current and the Legion Remix, outside of just how crazy ridiculous overpowered. By the by, we are going to go Fell Path for the Warglaives. I don't know I don't know which path is particularly preferred, but I just think the Fell Dew, the Mountain Dew Demon Hunter is gonna go with the green path, so we'll go with there. Dude, I love Night Owls, man. I love that little bounce the gals do. It's just like a little bit of a bounce right there, you know what I mean? I don't know, something about Night Owls, man. Night Owls can get down, that's for sure. Nothing against my Horde family. I'm still loyal to the Blood Elves. I'm still loyal to the Sindarai. It's not changing anything. Oh, he's gonna have us fight a Hydra. I'm not a fan of that model of Hydra. Akumai is like my favorite. Akumai, Gazrilla, that's like my favorite Hydra model ever in a video game, period. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so well designed and it's just timeless to me. Like, I love it. So the Drowned Gardens is definitely living up to its name. Look at this. That's beautiful, man. Man, these isles. I'm looking forward to exploring. Like I said, I definitely probably mentioned this, but I'm looking forward to being able to just journey further into a campaign and the different storylines during this time walking campaign and such, because I never got to experience Legion when it came out. I wasn't playing Warcraft by then. So I definitely want to get to experience a lot of the storylines. Who knows? Miyu may be one of the gals that I don't like. I shy away from tradition in the sense that the final 10 levels, tradition is just, the final 10 levels, we're just going to go straight to dungeons and time walking and whatnot. Miyu may be the first gal that I actually do something different. Subject. Definitely subject. There's an asterisk to that, or a question mark. Simply because I just don't know. We'll see what kind of EXP buff we're going to get by the time we get to level 70 and such. Ideally, I'm definitely going to aim for at least 2 regions. I've been told that Legion's campaigns or storylines, specifically for each of the isles, or each part of the isle, is long. Like, I've been told it's gonna take a while, or it'll take a very good decent amount of time to get certain parts done. But I'm definitely going to aim to complete Suramar in its entirety if I can. I think that'd be a pretty cool one. In terms of any, I don't know if Demon Hunters have any, well, it wouldn't be Demon Hunters specific, but I've already done the Blood Elf Heritage armor set. So I'm trying to think of what the bonus episode is going to be, or, which, is there a specific raid that you guys would like to see Miyu do? Is there a specific... Or heck, maybe even just completing a storyline, doing the final mission, maybe that would be pretty cool. I don't know. This is all subject to change, but definitely planning on having a little bit of fun. Now, the mobs I've noticed in Legion Remix are definitely a little bit tougher versus Modern. I mean, it just seems like that. We're starting off here just like we would any other character. It's starting off a little weak. But the more we get the grind time going, the more we get up there in levels, and the more I'm able to identify and study and learn the abilities and such. Now, I am using the single button assistant here. Here's what I've learned from just the first dungeon we were able to do in the last episode. That actually has helped me out because let me explain. So the single button assistant I thought was primarily only for those really seeking to do maximize their, not maximize, but really get used to the different abilities and such as a damage dealing class. I didn't really necessarily think it would be beneficial for those. Oh, dude, look at this guy. How did you? Oh, okay, never mind. He's a ghost. I was gonna say, how did you not drown, good sir? I thought the single button assistant would not be beneficial for tank players because we primarily have to focus on rallying enmity and getting as much hate on us as possible, making sure our AoEs are up, or our defenses and whatnot, all that jazz. But just from experience thus far, the single button assistant has actually really been very beneficial for me because I'm able to rotate quickly through the damage dealing abilities and the AoE ones, which has actually helped me it's helped me ease the stress of having to concentrate on so many different abilities and remembering which one was tied to what button or whatever. I hope that makes sense in a way. I think it's allowed me to utilize or allow me to focus more on when I need, like, the taunt or the AoE aggro based abilities if Demon Hunter has those. It's something that I didn't take advantage of when I was leveling Valera when doing the Paladin campaign. Dude, how sick would that have been? Rotate through the abilities and dropping Consecrate and everything else. Oh man, I missed out. But so far, I'm really liking the button system. But family, if y'all enjoying the content, a like would be fantastic. Commenting for constructive feedback, subscribing if and only if I've earned that trust. Shoutouts to Sohask, Azeroth, Meathall, Ezekiel, JB, Knock Knock, Coots, Rui, members of the Void fam. Y'all are incredible, amazing. The Let's Level series is truthfully nothing without its community. I'm learning a lot as I'm fighting this Hydra here, and a Murloc, Look at that dude. I think he's got like an axe and like what is that, a shell that dude's got? Crazy. I'm learning a lot, definitely. Demon Hunter is known to be the most technical tank and the most fast-paced, but first dungeon went really well. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's see what we can do here and learn. I will say this, I think it was Dark, you had a fantastic comment, and thank you for it. I do sincerely appreciate it. But you had this interesting question of what class what class is my favorite without being biased towards Paladin? And it's really tough. I think we're just going to go ahead and I'd like to give some classes right now their just dues, at least the ones that I've touched on already, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off before I'd say like what was my favorite, what did I enjoy the most, like which character and which leveling campaign overall just hit every single spot for me, like every single just little critique, or it just hit the spot. Like it completed every category that I would have. Like what was the most balanced, what did I feel was really, really fun, because every class has their advantages and disadvantages. Some definitely, like for spellcasting for sure, like I'll be quite honest right out the gate, Mage in retail is extremely different from Mage in Classic. Like Mage in Classic, I felt more like I felt more impactful. I felt like I was making a difference. Mage in retail is kind of like, I definitely feel like I'm kind of weak here. Like I don't feel like I'm actually making an impact as much as my teammates maybe, but that also could just be the fact that it was Mage, and these are two very different iterations of Mage. So there's definitely a lot of factors I really have to consider. But I definitely will. I'll definitely touch on that subject and say like what character in like season 1, because there's 13 characters I've got to do, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to just going back, watching a lot of the VODs, and just saying, oh yeah, that was cool, that was good, that was bad. Maybe it was just, is it player error? Is it just like user error that I wasn't enjoying a class as much as I thought it would? Or is it just me not being open-minded to it enough? Or did I just find it boring? Did I find the leveling experience boring? So on and so forth. But we'll see. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, every class I try to do something different to really throw me off of my guard and throw me off of balance, so to speak. Just give me something different and more unique to experience.
Good luck, friend.
Ishnu Allah. Good luck, friend. May the stars guide you.
And you gotta feel for these night elves. I'm really interested to see what happened here. Now, this is definitely a night elf sanctuary in ruin, clearly. Big snake. Big cobra just showed up. That was a hunter's pet. But we're starting to learn. So, the night elves definitely have a history with the... I call them Myrmidons just due to other games such as Fire Emblem and such. Or just, I forgot what game it was, but the Hydra dudes,
I am taking my leave,
the basilisk looking fellas.
I doubt you will miss me.
The Night Elves, to my knowledge, have a history against them, and I believe that is due to Queen Ajara, if I'm not mistaken, and essentially a basic betrayal between really high-ranking members of the Night Elf, not heritage, council, I guess, and just somebody power tripping and going off the deep end. I mean, pretty much every race has that, let's just be honest. I think even the Taurens have somebody that goes off the deep end, if I'm not mistaken. Heck, even the well, I don't know so much about the trolls because the trolls lost their mainland. Yeah, okay, so these guys. Yeah, these guys right here. Oh, wow. Man, okay. All right, Grandpa, we got this. Aw, they're calling him coward. So obviously Prince Ferrandi, I don't know if the S is silent. Basically is... So clearly the spirits have a grudge against him simply because of an event that happened in the past. But shout outs to Ferrandis over here, man. Meteor? Like, are you kidding me? Meteor? I don't remember being able to cast Meteor when I was playing Mage. Where did you get that ability, sir? I kind of want that. Speaking of which, Meteor in Final Fantasy XI was a heck of a spell. Oh my goodness, it was a heck of a spell. So Prince Ferrandis, it appears, is going through. He's a spirit that cannot rest, much like a lot of the night elves around here.
My trusted captain.
They don't appear to trust him at all,
We will not let you into Narthelis
which
again.
kind of
Not after what
sucks. I
happened
mean, you
last
kind of
time.
feel for the guy, the old man right
I
here.
beg your forgiveness, Aldris.
He's saying that he had to make a very critical decision, which put this... Oh, hello. Oh, looks like we're going to be hunting not Queen Ajar herself, but it looks like we're going to be hunting one of her subordinates. Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What can I do to make amends?
But you can definitely feel the tension in the air. Unfortunately, it just looks like with the events that happened, it just caused the Night Elf people to basically become, you know, their fortified fortress over here to basically be overrun and completely destroyed. But it looks like we have some survivors here, so that's pretty cool. Kirin Tor, Callista, how are you, madam? Liking that little hairstyle, and... Well, whoa, Callista, what's up with that, homegirl? What was that for? Dude, she just fireballed her brother in the face. What the heck? And I've got this, oh my goodness, okay, we get it. Sorry, Adusa over here is, Gosh, man, she will not be quiet. She will not shut up. She seems very agitated. She definitely seems quite a bit agitated there, trying to get her forces to find a specific item, which is definitely going to become of use, probably to us more so to her. So I guess it's going to be a hunt as to who can claim the item first. But yeah, like I said, so it looks like we have some survivors here. That's pretty cool. A brother and sister, and it looks like they're looking for their parents. Now, whether or not the Familia is still alive is to be determined, but I mean, maybe with any amount of luck, we'll be able to find both of their parents and reunite them. That'd be pretty cool. Nice little heartwarming experience over here in the first major chapter of the Legion remix. I do like that there's a lot of chests. So here's one thing about retail that you gotta give credit for, or at least this might be primarily exclusive to Legion Remix, but the quests, or excuse me, the chests actually are pretty decent. The ones that I've managed to collect out in the open world is actually proven to have some items of use. Nothing crazy, but it's definitely been like some nice trinkets. You know, you get a chest in Classic and it's a 70-40, it's probably not going to be anything relevant or good, but you just take that chance anyway. you roll the dice and you take the chance anyway. It's probably guarded by like a massive group of mobs just waiting to completely onslaught you. Man, these guys are tanky. Holy crow, these freaking mobs in Legion in LR. I'm gonna start abbreviating it to LR. These things are tanky as heck, man. Even retail right now, I don't think I've ever fought a mob in modern retail that was this tanky. My goodness. Alright, very nice. Okay, we got a little bit of... I don't know what those scrolls are for. They seem like they're just like buff items to do in dungeons, and maybe even in raids. Maybe that's what they're used for. I don't necessarily know. I'm not fully convinced if I'm going to be doing any raiding on Miyu. Like I said, there's one raid in particular that I have in mind that I may do for the bonus episode. But I think I'm going to hold off until after Legion Remix is fully complete and Miyu's transferred back to modern retail. Simply because I really would like to maximize my time with the Time Walking campaign as much as possible. Dude, there's so many tier sets that are so good looking. Like an insane amount of tier lists. And I think to collect practically all the raid sets, I think my math could be not mathing properly, but I think I totaled it to be like 1.2 million bronze that you'd have to collect if you are going to purchase every single one, which is going to be a grind. But I'm looking forward to it. Dude, y'all, hear me out. Some of those raid sets are truly just disgustingly beautiful. Like the Paladin ones are nuts. The first one and then the second one that gets released. Oh my god! I think it's called the armor set of the Dawnbringer is like what? Like dude. And you're not even talking about the mages, the ones for the demon hunters and rogues, the freaking warlocks, because warlocks have always looked good. They never fail. Shamans even get a good set. Some of them I think are also tied with evokers. Like holy, I'm telling you, man. There's gonna be a lot of Legion T-mogging going on once everybody goes back to like modern retail. Like you're gonna see a bunch. It's gonna be the Legion Storm, man. Instead of like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all that, or Coach and all that, everyone's just gonna be peacocking the Legion remix sets that they were able to get. The mounts I wasn't so entirely thus far. It's subject to change, but the mounts I'm not too particularly interested in. There's like a few of them that I was like, all right, cool, but I mean, some of them aren't really, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not too big into mount collecting. There's some mounts in Warcraft I definitely want to get, but a lot of the ones from the vendors are kind of just like, there's really not any that kind of suit my eye, or kind of caught my eye. The one Void Bro mount though is pretty sweet. That one I may get just because he's a Void Bro. Again, shoutouts to the Void fam. So we got these cannons right here. Trying to complete this little world quest. Again, these, please do these. Please, please, please. Because I'm getting in pretty late into the world questing game, but anytime in any part of LR, if you see world quests, do them. Please do them. Your leveling experience is going to go quick. The items and rewards you get from them are awesome. I mean, you just please do it. And the bronze and everything else, you know, just everything you get, cash, chests, and all that good stuff. Can you imagine getting freaking impaled to a wall like that, to a stone wall with that kind of spear? Like, I don't even think I'd be moving at that point. I pretty much would be like dead. But it looks like there's a rare up here, or a big boss himself up the steps. Gonna go ahead and try to take care of him. Man, it feels like not too long ago we were hunting these things, hunting these Memoridons and whatnot, when we were doing Morame's Janai Shaman leveling campaign in the Blood Mist style. Oh, look at that. Player already beat us to it. That's a pretty interesting form. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. The Yeti. Then we got another Demon Hunter. Let's go, Demon Hunters, unite. Look at that. Dude, it's just sick to see how crazy Demon Hunters can get. Like, within the first 2 seconds, and they're zip-zooping all over the place, charging in, flying, gliding, just everything. Just everything, man. Alright. Bismillah. We did complete that world quest. It looks like we got the actual quest up here. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's dive right in. Looks like a player is... I love that sometimes. I do love when I'm in combat and then the players are just like, oh, just, you know, dive right into the boss. There she is. Half dead by the time we got to her, but oh, okay, never mind. Oh, don't tell me this is what it's going to be. Are we gonna... See, that happened with the one Demon Hunter we were hunting. The heck, you know, I don't get to fight them? We don't get to fully kill them? That's different. So that's the second quest boss that we don't get to fully slay. So either they're going to be a boss in a dungeon that we have to do, or they're going to appear later on storyline wise. Either way, it's just interesting to see that in this point in time in Warcraft's development... Oh, dang. The scrutinizing has gotten worse. Prince Ferrandis is definitely getting it here. Poor guy. I'm telling you, I feel for him. I really do. It's rough. I just wonder what decision did he do that put all of his people in complete danger.
Especially
the Bismillah team, another level in the books.
May the power of the arcane be with you.
It's gonna go quick.
It is through you.
I definitely want to do some dungeons along with Perunno. We were talking about doing some just for a VOD or two, jumping into some dungeons, doing some heroics, which he said we can do early on. So I'm looking forward to that. Tanking some heroics, that's something I normally don't do. Ever.
I am truly sorry.
Yeah, I don't do it in current modern retail, so I'm interested to see how much more difficult things are going to be in LR.
I cannot do this on my own. Stay with me. Here, the Narthalos Academy. This is where it all happened. Yes? Don't blindly trust in anyone, especially your leaders. And good luck on your quest for the Tidestone, hero. I dare not enter that academy, but I swear I will aid you in whatever way I can.
Running just for the sake of running because the objective is down here. Oh, dude, heck yeah, let's get a glide in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Styling. Absolutely styling. Demon Hunters, I'm jelly. I'm really jelly, man. That glide alone. All right, so it looks like we've got an academy. Well, what would have been an arcane academy with the Fallen. Wonder what tasks they're going to have us complete and do. Oh, it's the wizard hats too. Gosh, I haven't seen those in a long time. And this lady's got a blue chapeau. Yeah, blue, what is it? White mane chapeau. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of unique. And look at the troll dude over here too, styling. I wonder if we're gonna have to dress up because there's a lot of red pointy hats running around. So it looks like I'm going to Hogwarts, everyone. I wasn't expecting this. Oh yeah, we're totally gonna have to dress up as a wizard, aren't we? Dang it, I'm already doing courses in college and currently working towards finishing my degree. I didn't want to be doing more academic related stuff. Oh, this looks terrible. The hat with the warglaives does not look cool, but I guess it's just something we're gonna have to deal with. I guess in a way it kind of beats, or it reminds me of the one red fedora looking cap that a lot of spellcasters would wear in Classic. I can't remember its name, but it must have been like a best in slot type of deal. And it was just ugly as sin. I'm sorry. I hated the look of it. It just didn't fit. Like, I swear I saw dudes with like warlocks and whatnot wearing it. If any of you guys remember what that item was called. Again, it's like this red fedora styled cap. It looks terrible in Classic. I hated it. I absolutely detested it. It just looks, it looked ugly as sin. Y'all can tell I take styling very seriously, especially with classes and making the character look as their respective class. But family, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We are taking care of the first initial part of the academy. Got 2 levels in, so that's pretty cool. And looks like we're going to delve deeper and get some trials in. Looks like I'm going to college and potentially hoping to graduate. But y'all, that'll do it for me. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Next episode, let's just delve further into the academic side of Azeroth. Looking forward to it. Beautiful little place too. Take care, everyone.